Oh my gosh, hi. Someone's already here. Jesus Christ. So number one, check it out. Tiny little girl in the corner of the screen, which is great and fun. You know? Second bit is working on these. Is the thing of the hour, the thing of the night. And these are little, hold on, let me... Yeah, these I'm doing for a little personality quiz thing that I started like a while ago that I want to finish. Where you take it and it tells you which of the three of them you're most like. It's very fun. You know. Yeah! Look at her. She jumps around. And she's got little things. Hold on, let me see if I can do it on command. She's got this one. Oh, can I not do it on command? Hold on. What? I know. Well, I could just do it here. She's got this little one. And she's got this little one for when I'm drawing red guy. And I and I despise it. And I'm bitching about it the whole time. Yeah, okay, I can do it. Yeah, check it out. Check her out. Isn't she cool? It's the normal one, the excited one, and then the third one. Whoa, where'd she go? There she goes. Okay, yeah. It's okay, I got it back. Don't worry about it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't worry. I'm on top of it. I'm trying. I'm trying my best. But yeah, so that's what I got going on. And then I'm working on these. Hold on, I'll show you all the ones I have so far. I got this one. I got this one. So the idea is these are all going to be... How do I make one of those? It's very simple. It's this program called VideoTube Mini. And for it, you just need 4 drawings. I can actually, you know what, I'll pull up my VTuber thing that I have. VTuber, it's a PNG tuber, whatever. I have her here, actually. So for it to, can you stay on screen? Thank you. Thank you. Can you work? I guess not. Whatever. It's been finicky all day. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Don't worry about it. And don't worry about me. So check this out. So I'll show you. So for all of them, you have to have, let me see if I can make these icons bigger. Extra large. There we go. So for each of them, you have to have, for each expression you want, you have to have 4 pictures. One of the mouth open, eyes closed, mouth closed, eyes open, mouth closed, eyes closed, mouth open. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So really it's just 2 things that you're just alternating, whether the eyes are open or closed. You put them into this lovely little program, and you can edit it around. And she can bounce around for you. She can do whatever. You can make her bounce faster. You can make her bounce slower. Things like that. Yeah. And then you can also edit like how loud you need to talk for it to open its little mouth. A bunch of stuff. And there's like no limit to how many little fun expressions you can put on the side. So that's fun, you know. Wow, why doesn't she work? Hello? Hello? Whatever. Man. Man. It's fine. I've been trying to get her to work. If she works, she works. If she doesn't, she doesn't. But no, I spent like 2 hours trying to get OBS to frickin' recognize it. Can't you put your tabs behind the other ones? I do have it there, man. It's just OBS sometimes is like, well, I'm gonna pretend like she's not there. Yeah, no, she's there the whole time. She's just chilling. Yeah, see, and if I do this, she's fine. But God forbid I do anything else. Yeah, no. If it works, it works. Oh, see, look it, there she goes. Okay. Whatever. Anyways, so back to these. So the idea is that each of these is going to be like on the little question. So like this one is like, which time of day do you like the best? The 3 options we had for that was like morning, noon, and like dusk. And each of those correlates with one of the guys. That's the whole thing of it, is I'm assigning you a guy. Which of the 3 guys are you gonna get assigned? You gotta take the quiz to find out, and it's fun and it's great and it's correct, because I'm the one doing it, and I know these guys better than anybody. Evening counts as dusk. You know, dusk is like sunset, a nightish time. You know, and this is not a clue, by the way. Where they are in position with the sun that's not the answer. That's like, I actively made that to trip people up who are trying to cheat. Because I don't want people cheating. That's the other thing too. I want it to be genuine from the heart of your soul, from the bottom of your soul. Which of these guys are you? Which of them you are, deep down. I don't want any rigging. I don't want anybody being like, oh, you know, I don't want easy shit. I'm not putting like, what's your favorite color? Red, blue, green. Did you see the first episode of the series? What would you rather work as? A manager or a guy who makes bits and parts? I'm not doing none of that. I'm making it tricky, and I'm making it complex. You already know you're the duck. Well, see, you'd be surprised. There are lots of people who they think they're one thing, and they're really another. And that's what's been really fun about it. Like, I can give you a sample question. I'll give you a sample question. Which is your favorite kind of chocolate? The three options are milk chocolate, dark chocolate, or white chocolate. Go on ahead. Put your answers in the comments below. Which one's your favorite? Oh no, my mom did the same thing to me. She did the same thing to me. And it doesn't help that I'm in real life. You may not be able to tell by my high-pitched voice or my adorable little PNG tuber, but I'm very butch, so I have my head shaved. And she was like, "You guys have the same haircut." First of all, how dare you? Second of all, he's going bald. So thanks, Mom. Thanks, Madre. God damn it. Okay. Well, maybe you are a duck then, because that is a duck answer. Okay. You know what? Maybe you do know yourself. Maybe you do know yourself better than anyone else. Um, what's another one? Another one is what is your favorite kind of weather? And the three answers are warm weather, cold weather, or when it's raining but it's sunny at the same time. You ever see that? It's very fun. Put your answers in the comment section below. But it's stuff like that. Some of it's fun. Some of it's like, what's your favorite film genre? And the options are like techno thriller, southern gothic romance, and something like Mole Tao, something similar to that. Cold? You don't like sunny shit? Well, guess what? Guess what? Cold is a red guy answer. Cold is a red guy answer. Duck loves warm weather. We have like 3 different photographed pictures of him at the beach. He loves the beach. He's crazy. He's insane-o. So there you go. Maybe you don't know. You think you know, but you don't know. And that's what's fun about the quiz. None of the questions are easy. All of them are difficult. And you never know what you're gonna get. And that's what's fun about it. It's only been like 2 answers. Yeah. There's only 9 questions. Because I don't want even the possibility of someone getting all of them. All 3 of them together. So it's only 9. Because 9 is divisible by 3. By 3. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not very good at math. But that makes sense to me. If there's 3 of them, how do I know? Each one of these I have like scientific evidence behind. You think I don't have references? You think I just make shit up? You think I didn't make up the weather thing? You know why I have down the weather thing? You want to know why Red Guy's cold? Because of that weird fucking outfit he has in Dreams where he's got a big ass scarf and he's got his little jacket and it's obviously something that he likes because we see the scarf in the TV show hanging on the hang rack. I'm on it, dude. You think I don't know my shit? I know my shit. I'm on top of it. Duck, there's like 3 different pictures of him at the beach, including my favorite, where he is shirtless, wearing just like a one piece, and he's like jet skiing. And he's like this. It's in their kitchen. The first time you see it is in episode 2, Death, but it's in there in all the other episodes. Like, it's just a consistent thing that just in their kitchen they have a photo of him jet skiing. He's just shirtless. And then I don't want to say this, but in the freaking in the in the Jobs episode, there's like a sequence where he's at the beach and he's naked. Like he's got a weird thing with the beach. He's a beach boy. Sorry to say. Oh, Sunny Showers is this guy, of course. And that one I'll say, you know what, bit of a stretch, but that's because it's two very contradictory things. Which is very him. See, you gotta think bigger. You gotta think higher, dude. How is he two contradictory things? Are you amazed and puzzled by this idea? I guess maybe, but we don't see. The thing is, we don't have the abundance of beach pictures that we have of Duck. He could like it. He's a spring boy, you know, it's a spring chicken, if you will. But you know, we don't have all the horrible pictures of him at the beach that won't leave us. He's got like this dude's got like 5 individual pictures of himself at the beach. He's never not loving it at the beach, living it, loving it at the beach. Not wearing pants at the beach. It's kind of like those old photos from the web series where Duck just isn't wearing pants and he's like only got his blazer on and it's open and it's uncomfortable. It's like that. It's like he wants to be a nudist but he can't commit. For shit. Oh, if we got a beach episode, I'd be so happy. I want them to learn about the erosion, what is it, the tides eroding? I want them to learn about global warming. I want them to learn about the sea. Please. Becky Joe, I need a beach episode. Anyways, I didn't even finish showing you all these. There's this one, which is for the movie one. I'm not done with this one yet. But I will be. It's good. There's this one, which, this is another fun one. This one is, what do you think about the most? The past, the present, or the future? And so that's fun. This one is the weather one. Yay! It's gonna be fun when I finish it. Oh, this one is what's your blood type? Which is fun. And is loosely based off the interview for the magazine they did where they were asked this same question. And the answers we got were cream, spiral, and inside mostly. Why does everyone think Duck is the past? You're like the 40th person to tell me you think Duck is past. Is it because you all think he's old? He's got like a weird, crazy... I won't even say... He's got a weird... No, I will say it, because I love him. If I don't write this, nobody will. He's got like a crazy obsession with like the future. Like technology is one of his weird special interests. Put it right up there with... war. I know it's because of the newspaper. I know everyone thinks it's the newspaper. I know that's what it is. However, he is the only one of the 3 to acknowledge cryptocurrency and who makes money on and who makes music on the computer. And then he's got his digital style thing. He's a very technologically obsessed guy. He would sell crypto. Like but the newspaper. That's the only thing anyone has on him. He's got like 40 other things that whatever. He knows how to make... This dude knows how to use FL Studio, bro. He knows how to make music on the computer. He's freaking... He could be a YouTuber. He could be a TikToker. He could do it. You all think he couldn't figure it out. I say he could do it. He could do it better than any of the 3 of them. He's the only one who has a smartphone. This guy's still using a landline. He just wants to look. Yeah, that's another thing. He knows what the dark web is. Hi, Bug. I'm making an argument for Duck being technologically advanced. My list goes as follows. He knows what crypto is. He knows how to make music on the computer. He knows what the dark web is. He's the only one of the three who has a smartphone. And he's got digital style. You all forget his digital style. Anyways, this guy should be passed. He's still, I'll give you my reasons right now. I got into like 3 fights with 3 different people over this exact question. Actually, if you can believe it. I got into like 3 different fights with 3 different people over this stupid frickin' question. I think he would be passed, and here's why. Here's why I think he would be passed. He's got his frickin' landline. He still uses frickin' phone booths. He's out here using phone booths. In 2010, he's using a phone booth. In transport, his idea of what a neighborhood is like really weird in 1950s. And in the episode Family, his idea of what a family is also really weird and like vintage and out of date. He's got out of date ideals. Nobody wants to think about that because everybody wants to thirst over him on TikTok. But I'm going to say it right now. He's the real old man of the group. No one ever believes me, but it's true. People, you all just keep coming up with more reasons why he's old. He's not old. He's the best. He's the best. He's so young and so fresh and so free. He's virile. He's virile. Fertile even. He's young. You all just don't get him the way I get him. That's what it is. But no, people think he's old because of the rocking chair. People think he's old because of the newspaper. People also think he's old. And ooh, this one actually makes me mad. And this one I'll go to bat for till the day I die. People think that the glasses, the reading glasses that are in their house in the original series and also in their house in the new one are his. Here's my argument. There is only one of these 3 motherfuckers who has worn glasses on 3 different occasions. 3 different occasions. 3. Do you want to guess who it is? Do you want to guess? It's Red Guy. It's this motherfucker. He is the only one that has worn it 3 times, and I'll tell you which 3 times because I remember everything. In case you've forgotten, in case you haven't seen the series in a while. Yeah, I know. I also think they're red guys because he's the only one of the 3 that wears glasses. But lots of people argue to their deathbed. They're like, no, those are ducks. And then there are a lot of humanizations of duck that have glasses. And then there are a lot of iterations of duck that have glasses. And it has infuriated me for months and years and years and months. Because he's not the glasses wearer. He doesn't wear fucking glasses. It's not him. It's not him. It's Red Guy. Red Guy wears them for the first time in the Time episode. You know, the 2nd episode of the goddamn series. He has the, like, futuristic... You can go back and check. He's got, like, these weird, like, futuristic... Like, when they're in the future bit, he's got, like, these weird, futuristic, like, wavy glasses. Very fun, actually. I think it's one of the most fun things he wears. What's another time he wears glasses? Why, it's episode 1 of the TV series. When he's old and he's Mr. Peterson, he wears glasses. Isn't that crazy? Doesn't that just knock your socks right off your tits? The third time we see him wear glasses in the series, episode 6, when we're talking to the big boys, not the bigger boys with the drone heads, the big boys that in the concept are always holding hands. He's got glasses then too. So tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why. Everybody wants to make it out like he wears glasses, when this motherfucker is the only motherfucker who wears glasses, and has worn glasses 3 goddamn times! It's fine though, you know, it's honestly, like, not even a big deal. I'm truthfully not even that upset about it. I just, you know, think people should know. Thank you! She's got little toggles that I can turn on, but they might make it stop working. So, we can test them out. We can see if they'll work for us. Yeah! So there's this one for when I'm very excited, or I'm talking about Duck, or I'm thinking about Duck. Live, laugh, loving. In case you were wondering, do I have one for when I'm talking or thinking about Red Guy? Yes, I do. I do have one specifically for that purpose. For when I'm drawing him, for when I'm thinking about him. Ooh, that's not a thing you can say to me, because I just don't agree. I just don't agree. I think he's the worst. I think he's the worst. You don't get why I don't like him. Let me double this question back to you. What is there to like? He is the worst, and I hate him, and everyone loves him, and everyone thinks he's just God's gift, and everyone thinks he's the sweetest sweetheart. He's a mean motherfucker. And he's like a bitch about it too. Whatever. He's a mean motherfucker. He's a mean guy. I think he's a good character. I think he's so fun to write. I think it's great that I don't get what's going on in his head at all. He's mean, though. He's mean. My guy's mean. Everybody pisses their pants over it. This guy's mean. He gets a million TikTok cosplays. People calling him a dom. You know. That's horrible, by the way. That's why I don't go on TikTok. I don't dislike him. He's just my least favorite boy. And if he was my son, um, he would be the one who I disapprove of the most, and who disappoints me the most, and who I look forward to seeing the least. That's a great decision, Bug, honestly. Anyways, no, I I don't hate him. He's just actively my least favorite. See, here's the thing about TikTok. Every single person I know who has TikTok, if I'm like, should I join? They're like, God, no. And I'm like, alright. I think that's a good enough I think that's a good enough reason to not join a platform. As if everyone I know who has it is like, don't do it. What's the other ones? Oh yeah, I have this one. It's a cute picture. And then I have these, which is for like asks that I did. Alright. Oh no, Bug, you're on Twitter? Why would you do? Oh yeah, there's also this one, which is fun. This one is for. Oh yeah, Bug. Do you know what this is for? I'm doing I'm finishing up the personality quiz that I started like a while ago to find out which of the guys you are most similar to of the main three of them. And there's a lot of weird questions, there's a lot of tough questions. The goal of it is like you're not supposed to be able to like just cheese it. Like you're not supposed to be able to just like be like, well, I want to get red guy, so I'm gonna choose all the red guy answers. It don't work like that. I want it to be completely unpredictable, and I want it to be as evidence-based as I can possibly get it. So like for everything I have down for the characters, I have like reasons behind it. I have like photo shoots behind it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. I'll ask you guys this question. This wouldn't it suck if you got red guy? Well, see, I couldn't take the quiz because I know all the answers. Um, but here, I'll ask you guys this one, and I'll see which of the three you guys get for this. This one's fun. It's what aspect of a color is your favorite? There's hue, saturation, luminosity. Which of the three is your guys' favorite? Each of them correlates with one guy. Okay, I'll explain it. Hue is like on the color wheel. If I move this around, that changes the hue of the color. Saturation is how close it is to being super crazy bright versus all the way dark. And luminosity is how close it is to being super crazy white or super crazy dark. So it's full color, full white, no white, and what the general hue of it is like what ballpark it's in. Whoa! Hi! Even more people. So you chose hue? Congratulations, my friend. That's a yellow guy answer. That's a yellow guy answer as hell. You wanna know the reason? It's because he paints. He's an artist. He's a visual artist. He would value hue the most. He paints in episode 1. Remember his picture of the clown? Yeah. No. Hue is his favorite. Saturation, actually a duck answer. I'm so sorry. You're like, what's your reasoning for this? My reasoning for this is the awful bright neon outfit he wears when he's digital styling it up. You know, the one that looks like this? With the glasses? That's why he gets saturation. Because of his horrible bright neon outfit. Digital style, my friends. But anyways, so yeah, that's what each of these drawings is for. I'm gonna put them on the little images for the U quiz, so that when you're answering the questions, you get, you know, a little picture to look at while you're answering the questions. So that's the idea. Yeah, there was this one earlier for what's your favorite time of day? There was morning, noon, and dusk. There was this one for what's your favorite movie genre, and then I chose 3 really weird out there ones. And then this one was what time of day do you what do you like the most? Um or what do you think about the most? The past, the present, or the future? And, and then we started getting into it because everyone thinks duck is the past, and I would beg to differ. And I have fought people on this, and I will fight people on it again. Everyone thinks duck is the past. Everyone thinks duck is the past. And I just can't relate. And then we have these also that I want to finish by today. So this is based off of the cute little group picture they have together. Everyone says that. I won't. I can't get into it again. But so it's based off the big fun picture they have together in their kitchen. Bring that to the front. It's based off this. All right. So this is the picture you see when you first. It's another one of those things where he's not wearing pants and he's just wearing an open blazer. He's a maniac. Yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna start arguing the opposite, Bug. I'm gonna start arguing that Red Guy's 55 years old and Duck is barely 20. Duck can't drink. That's my new headcanon. Duck legally cannot drink in the US. He's young and he's fresh and he's virile, and I will stand by that until the day I die. Anyways, so it's based off this. So this is going to be the picture you first see when you start up the quiz, right? And then depending on who you get at the end, you get a different little picture. So you get this one. If you get duck, you get this one. If you get red guy, and you get this one if you get yellow guy. And my plan for it once I'm done shading is to have little spotlights on them. So, kind of like, I'll do a rough estimation. So, kind of like, that. Obviously with a better effect and better shading once I'm done with it. But for right now, we're just going to do rendering on a lot of these. But no, yellow guy, I love him. He's my second favorite. My second favorite baby boy. I think if Duck didn't exist, he would be my favorite. I love him very much. And I mean, I've made giant posts about him on my Tumblr before, you know. Giant analysis posts about yellow guy too. The only one I haven't is big guy. Because I don't get him. I don't understand him. I don't think I'm qualified to talk on him. And frankly, I don't want to. I think it would be detrimental to my mental health if I talked about him a lot. Oh, you know what, Bug? Just for you. Hold on. Happy freaking birthday. Stop, he's really not that bad. It's not the character, it's the community. Ugh. Listen, it's the community that makes me feel the way I do. So I'm not over. I made a comic once. The focus of it to me was Duck and Yellow Guy. My favorite duo. Red Guy was in it, but he was in like the background. He wasn't really that important. and someone reblogged it and was like, "Oh man, I love the brotherly relationship between red guy and yellow guy." And I borderline I who I almost blocked them. I was like, if you ever come on another one of my posts about my favorite duo ever again, and you bring that beast into it, I'm gonna lose my mind. This is not about him. You will know when it's about him, because I will make it about him. And I have had people complain on my posts about me not liking him, but the way I see it is, if I have to deal with people calling my favorite character a narcissist and a terrible person and the meanest bitch alive, I think you guys can handle one hater. Like, I think it won't kill you. Like, I really don't think you guys will fall over and die if one person hates him. Like, you have the whole world. What more do you want? What more do you want? What more could anyone possibly give you? Anyways, back to this. Which one do I want to start with first? I want to render that one last because I don't have all the colors down. I could do this one. This one would make me happy. Duck bites people. Duck bites people. Whatever. Red guy smashes bottles on people's heads. I know it's just cultural because he's British. But, like, that's the thing. You can't act like any one of them is, like, a good person. They are all on the same level of insane. You start putting one over the other, I start fighting people. I'll start with little baby yellow guy. So what I like to do is I have a giant reference. I have a giant reference document that I like to pull up. And I pick colors from there. Because I'm a maniac. And if I'm not adherent to canon, I start losing my mind. That's a good one. And I wanted to use this stuff to shade with. I wrote like a little note to myself. Yellow is the victim, I think. I mean, maybe so. Maybe so. That's a point that I could see and agree with, you know. This one have an outline? No, it doesn't. Okay, cool. That's a point I could see. That's a point I could agree with. But you know, I also think it's for yellow guy especially, he has this really strange and warped sense of like self. He's got like this weird thing with his self-confidence where he's really quick to tear himself down. And you could argue that that's because of the other two. But then there's also episodes where he does it to himself. Like in Friendship, he says that he thought the other two hated him for being stupid in the head, and the two of them are quick to be like, no, we don't, and also, like, we love you, and you're our friend. like, he's very quick and immediate to tear himself down. He does this a lot in his own head too. Um, Past the point even where the other two do it. It's sort of something he does to himself. And I think part of it is like what we see in episode 6, where he truly does think that the other two, on some level, are in charge of him or have this authority over him, which is not a sentiment that the other two share or even really see. Like, they don't, if they do feel that way, they don't say it. They don't say, we're in charge of you, you should listen to us. That's just kind of the role he puts himself in because his confidence is so abysmally low. And I think it's really strange, and I think it's really sad, and I think it's actually a very interesting aspect of his character that not a lot of people talk about, and not a lot of people think about. Because a lot of people see him as like a child. And here's the thing, I think even if he is intended to be read as a child, I think these still would be like characterizations to him, you know? These would still be aspects of his character that we have evidence for in the show, but there's lots of people who, the second they interpret him as a child, they sort of write out any and all depth he has as like, well, he's a kid, his thoughts can't be that deep, you know? It's similar with people who just write him off as being stupid, which he definitely isn't, in my opinion. I have to specify that. But it was like, you're gonna miss him gum because they were bullying the hell out of him, and then all of a sudden they're like, no, we're besties. Um, Debatable. In my opinion, debatable. I think that if Warren is really meant to represent like a deep insecurity or intrusive thoughts or thinking things about yourself or other people that aren't true, and we know that he's the one who showed up and that he's the one who censored what Duck and Red Guy was saying, it's entirely possible that they weren't saying anything mean to Yellow Guy at the beginning of the episode. Because that's when Warren shows up. I think it's entirely possible that they just said something, like they even say like it's not your fault or you can't help it before whatever gets censored gets censored. So I think it's entirely possible that they said something just like, you're a forgetful guy. But his self-image is already so shot and so low that he assumes they're saying something terrible about him. Or that they hate him. That also, it pops up in the transport episode too, when Red Guy says that he wants to leave. Yellow Guy in the next scene says, he said that he hates the clipboard and he hates me, which is not a thing that Red Guy ever said, or ever even implied. It's just that Yellow Guy's image of himself is so low that Red Guy even expressing something as simple as being upset with where they currently are is enough for him to think that he hates him or that this is secretly a dig about him. He's like an incredibly insecure character. And again, nobody ever thinks about it. Nobody ever talks about it because they either think he's stupid or they think he's a child and therefore stupid. You know? Nobody really wants to give him his due. Like, I mean it. You're just a forgetful fella. I mean it when I say he's my second favorite character. Like, I don't just say that to be like, oh yeah, so I can shut Red Guy out, you know. He is my second favorite. I think about him a lot. I have like several comics that I've written that are just delving into like his ideas of himself and his own psyche because I think it's really interesting. I haven't gotten to them yet, but like I have them. Have them in the old caboose. Like, I think he's just as interesting as the other two, if not more so. mess with the hue of this a bit. I want it to be orange. More orange. I want it to be a little more orange. But I don't want to redo all this. That'll work. I can make that work. Yeah, I mean, number one, that's fair. There are tons of people who are super interested in the teachers. Me myself, I'm a characterization girl. You know, I'm a character dynamic girl, and as far as relationship dynamics go, I think the three of them have the strongest. So that's why I think about them the most, and I talk about them the most, and they're my favorites. Because I just, I love good characterization. I love good interpersonal relationships. They're really interesting for me, especially as someone who is autistic and sometimes does not fully get all the nuances of that stuff in real life. These three are kind of like a nice, fun little sandbox for me to play in to sort of figure out what flies in an interpersonal relationship and what doesn't, and what's normal and what isn't, and what's good and what's bad, I really don't relate to any of the three of them, which I know is crazy because everyone I meet is like, "Oh my god, you're a duck, Kenny." First of all, I am not. Second of all, I don't see much of myself in him at all. Like, I don't think we're very similar. Let me get a nose shadow from you, boy. Thank you. All the duck allegations, yeah, I don't get them, and whenever I ask people about them, they're like, it's just like your vibe, dude. And I'm like, I don't know what that word fucking means. Can someone give me an explanation? And they're like, like your energy, like your vibe. I'm like, you're saying nonsense words at me right now. I don't know what that means. And then for this one, I usually like to do a really light, really saturated little. I said little. Can we get it little? Littler than that, please. Maybe a bit more yellow than anything. No, that one's too big. Maybe. I mean, I don't have it. I don't relate to any of the three of them. I don't really see myself in them at all. I see them very separate from myself and with their own interpersonal dynamics. I don't think there's ever been a time where I've been like, oh man, I'm going through something right now. I need to make a comic where this guy's going through something similar because it'll make me feel better or something. Or like, oh man, like I'm making a comic about that and I'm like, this is just like the fight I had with my friend, or like the debate I had with my sister or something. Like I've never really. Oh, don't call me that. I've been called Leslie Core before. That was fun. Someone said I was very Leslie Core once. Once upon a dream. Oh yeah, that's helpful. I want the chalk ones. Oh shoot, gay key. Hold on, give me half a second. We'll bring him back. Folks, Folks, let's bring back the gate key real fast. I will never forget him. I had a multi-week bout of madness where he was all I drew. Which means he's ingrained in me forever. He's the worst. He's the worst, best henchman in the world. He hates his job, but he can't find another one. Hashtag relatable. Oh, he's so funny. Oh, he's silly. Worst guy in the world to give piss powers. Can we get a round of applause for piss powers? Let's not. You could be like one of those anime girl fans. You can get a giant, like, cardboard cutout of him in your room, and he'll just stand there. God, his legs are so awkward. Everything about this dude is hilarious. From his one-sided face to his wide, perpetually wide stance to his weird collar. You could just have like a cardboard cutout of him. He's in there, he's like, my ex is thinking about me, I know it. I can tell. I can feel it. My ex is thinking about me. Coffin guy's like, I hate it here, and I hate you more. You never forget your first garbage ex who hated you. Anyways. Back to this. Back to my beautiful boy. Anyways, don't think I didn't see your question, Bug. I saw it. And I have... No, Red Guy wouldn't have seen nothing. He was in the woods the whole time. He'd come back freaking sticks in his hair like, hey guys, what did I miss? Meanwhile, they've just gone through the most dramatic arc of their lives in the last 20 minutes. Hey guys, what the hell is going on? I got the mayor. Why are your clothes different? Yeah. I don't think we as a society deserve the pilot. I think we've committed too many crimes. I think we don't deserve it. I don't think any of us are good enough to ever deserve it. And I'll leave it at that. How does this one look? Whoa! That's cool as hell. I'm trying out new brushes for this, by the way, sorry. Whoa! Man raw dude, son. Thank you. Get fun new people every now and then. Yeah, okay. Back to the refs. Back to the references. Anyways, thank you. Yeah, I love his freaking little warbly arms. I love that they have. That kind of looks alright. I should do it with a smaller brush though. I love how they have so many wrinkles and folds. Same with his neck. No one ever draws his neck all wrinkly the way it is, and I love his little wrinkly neck. Look at his weird little wrinkly old man neck. He's got the neck of an 80-year-old man, and I love him. He's got the neck of a guy that's never fully turned around. Oh no! Is it better? Is it worse, Bug? Thoughts, stances. Also, thank you. I'm glad you like his face. I worked so hard on it. I drew it with my own hands. Also, I'm not making fun of his neck. I'm appreciating his neck. I love his neck. I just said I love his weird little old man neck. I'm a fan. Don't remind me about that. That's so funny. That shit is so funny. Oh my god. I just I just love that he was like yes. On his thing, he's got one he's got one pocket. He's got three pockets. Three pockets on his little thing. I know because I keep track and I've drawn him a million times. And he's like, you know where I'm gonna keep things? He's like, you know what I've decided? I'm gonna keep things in here. I think it's so funny. I think it's the funniest thing. Anyways, okay. Okay. I have to focus. I have to get back in the zone. Maybe 6B shade. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Now I need it to be more gray. Otherwise it just looks like dirt. Otherwise it looks like you have dirt in your eyes. Alright, hold on. We'll fix this. It's too obvious to push. That's true, he just learned the lesson about safety. He's just trying to be safe. It's like the girl equivalent. The girl equivalent? Hello? It's like the guy equivalent of like putting stuff in your bra, you know? All my bra wearing people out there, you know how it is. You know how you put a whole water bottle in your bra? He's just living his best girl life, his best girl summer. No, that looks awful. That looks worse. Okay, I'll figure you out. What was the one I had that was like really similar to airbrush? This one? No. I think it's this. Yeah. Okay. Okay, okay. Who are you people? You've never done that? I find that hard to believe. You've never put something in. He's just living his best girl life, putting stuff in his bra. You know. That looks decent. That looks decent. Okay. Let's clean it up. That looks decent. Let's clean it up. Let's clean it up. Girl bossing around. Yeah, dude. It's just how he is. It's just his nature, you know? He's got a freaking gaslight gatekeep girl boss, man. And do I want it there or do I want it there? Let's try both. Let's see how they look. Thoughts. Do we want the eye shine in the shadow or do we want it on the actual eye? Hmm. I like it on the shadow more. Let's try that. On the eye? Okay. Oh, the eye on the shadow? Oh, God. Okay. But what if... How about that? Are we more conflicted now? Yeah, I also like on the shadow. I'm so sorry, O master of eye strain. But we must be kind to the eyes just this once. Oh yeah, and then I like to do a thing sometimes with its nose. Hold on. Let me clean this up some more. Right, outline it like that with like a really bright orange. And I think it looks a little cool. Probably not, but I like to think so. Okay, onto his hair. Fun thing about the way I do his hair is I get all the colors, again from the ref, but like from different, like you see how the thing about his hair is that it's so thin that any light effect they have on it affects the way it looks totally. Like we have totally different saturations, we have totally different hues, we have totally different ways the light bounces off it depending on if, like, for example, in this one, the light's behind him, so it has more of like a backlit, sort of like electrified look. Here, the light's like coming down from the top. It's like a top-down lighting on him. This one's more of an angle, more at the side. You can tell by the shadows here. This one, you know, the light's coming at him from the front. There's like shadows all in the back. Very obvious, I feel. But I love that about his hair. So I like to keep that in mind when I'm color picking stuff for it. Whoa, that's kind of awesome. I kind of really respect that. But so that's why I like to use his colors and make like sort of a transition, sort of a gradient almost. Using shades from his head. Then I also sometimes will use it to shade like the top here. Put it only on the underside. You know. Thank you, Squirrel. Is that what it is? Is it like a Pokemon? It sounds like a Pokemon. Mukro's what I'm thinking of, actually. But thank you. And so then if I want a darker one, I'll go one to one for like lower lit ones usually and get like a highlight from there. Or maybe closer to right here is what I want. It's a super cute name. Sometimes I like to give him little flyaways because he has a lot of them. Stuff's real spiky. It's so fun. And maybe for that, I'll make that thinner. Rodent vibes. Yellow guys, they're hard, but like they're fun. You know? It's pretty difficult. Especially in like scenes like this where you can kind of see like someone just put their hand on him right there. Like you can see like the indent. You know. You can see the indent of someone pressing on his head right there. It's very fun though. That's one of the things I love about puppetry. And one of the things I really love about Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is the like very visible human influence. Something else I love about his haircut is that like the sides are like totally clean shaven. I don't fully draw them like that because it makes his head look real weird in 2D. Like you can see it in like there's a reason they don't have it like totally completely accurately in the 2D ones. But there's like no side shave or anything. He's just totally bald on the sides. And then I really love the little flicks of hair towards the front there that give him almost like bangs. Like he almost has front bangs because of how far forward his hair goes. I think it's really fun. Oh, you like the duck tutorial I made. Thank you. I worked for a really long time on it. I hope it like helps some people. The whole reason I did it was because we did a poll to see which of the three was the hardest for people to draw, and my poor baby boy, my poor beautiful boy lost. And by that I mean he won. Nobody knows how to draw him, apparently. And it's really easy for me to draw him, so I was like, I should help everyone by helping myself. Like, he's, like, I could draw him right now. Give me like 2 seconds. Give me like 2 seconds, I could draw him. Do a circle. Wham. Do his big baby boba eyes. His big ass ham hands. Beak, part 1. Beak, part 2. Cheek. Weird thin little tongue. Beak a dose. There you go. It's my beautiful baby boy. 2 seconds. He's the cutest. He's my favorite. I don't understand people who don't think he's cute. He's the cutest little baby. My little baby boy. Oh, sorry. Let me press the button that's dedicated to talking about Duck. He's my little baby boy. He's my little baby boy, and I love him so much. And he's my favorite baby. He's my little baby baby. He's my little baby baby. But that's just how I feel, you know? Duck haters will never be correct. You're so right. And you know what? I'm glad that I'm starting. This is. This parade of Duck appreciators. Duck fans are the only true fans of my account. Everyone else, get lost. If Duck's not your favorite, you're not appreciating my account in all its glory. Him, I don't even need a reference for anymore, but I could pull it up. Honestly. Hi, baby boy. He's so fun, lighting-wise. Because now I'm just giving a tutorial on how I shade all of them. Whatever. He is so fun, lighting-wise. Because only the parts of him that stick up get lit a different way. Like his brow, top, back of his head. Here you can see it. And then you can also see the ridge behind him gets lit up, and the whole back of his head gets lit up. You can also tell where the light source is from his beak, which is really his big baby. Oh, you got your biggest baby eyes in the world. He's such a cutie. Oh, I love him so much. But yeah, like here you can see the sort of ridge of his cheeks, the ridge of his brow, the whole top part of his head here, all affected by the light, and then the harsh light on the beak tells you that the light source is literally directly right here. Here, like the little fluff of his chest, you can see it on his hands. I love the way his cheek sticks out just a little bit and gets a little bit of light on the fluff right there. Same with his double brow. And right here. Isn't he beautiful? But yeah, no, he does have a little bit of extra fluff on his cheeks that stands out in some pictures. And I love to accentuate that because I love his big, beautiful cheeks. God, he's so weird looking. I love him though. I love him. He's my cute little baby who's built so weird. Yeah, he's just pissed the whole time. He's got his fists clenched. Furious. Anyways, no, I love him. I don't even need to look at the references to know how to color him. I know it off the top of my heart. Deep in my soul, I know. I know what I must do. Yeah, I don't even really need it. Who doesn't love the personal home shredder? Becky and Joe could sell a shredder, I would buy it tomorrow. And that's not even a joke. They don't even need to put him on it. They just need to have the PHS acronym that they have on the actual one in the show. And I'd buy it. I would. Because I'm a maniac. Yeah. I love how his in the like out of a light source it looks almost black. In the light source it gets to this beautiful, gorgeous phthalo green. If you've ever painted, you probably know phthalo green. He's very oh, he's gorgeous. Oh, he's gorgeous. He's so cute. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. Oh, Squirrel, you can get it. I believe in you. If there's anything I believe in, it is my fellow duck fans out there. We are the most oppressed minority. I mean that, but I don't. You'll never understand beaks. What's confusing to you about them? I'll break it down for you. As long as you're talking about his beak. If you're talking about any other kinds of beak, I can't help you. But if it's his, I got you. Oh, thank you. Ugh, I gotta redo this. I'm not happy with this. It's fine though. I'll get it. He has not eluded me yet. Maybe if I do a more triangular shape, I'll like it. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, well the shape of it's not that bad. The shape of it is really easy actually. You gotta break it down into two parts. There is the front of his beak and the back of his beak. So the back, just think of it as like a circle. The front, you just think of it as another circle. And you see this little space where they overlap. That's where you put the little bump in his beak. So it'll look a little something like this. Alright? It's not that hard. I also hate when people don't give him a unibrow. Don't get me started. The unibrow is like one of the funnest things about him. It's one of the best things about getting to draw him. Because there's so many fun expressions you could do with it. There's like it's so like how many times do you get a chance to draw a character with a unibrow? It reminds me a lot of my favorite character of all time in comics, Harley Quinn, back in the 90s. And they had a guide on how to draw her with her mask, and the key to it was to think of the mask as like one big unit. And I do something similar when I draw Duck. You can get expressive with it, you just have to think of it as like one big unit. You know, do not separate, do not pass go, do not collect $200. You could do a lot with it. You could be very subtle with it, you know. Anyways, back to the beak for you. Another fun element of it is that both parts of his beak are basically just, all you gotta think of them as is just semicircles, you know? Half circles. When you're looking at it from the side. Where it overlaps, say it with me, class, that's where you put the little bump in his beak. Womp 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 womp. You know? The other half is even easier. It's just one big semicircle. The bathtub one? Yeah, a lot of people really liked that one. That one was really fun. I'm glad that you liked it. But that's where you put his little bump. So if you just remember it as two semicircles, the angles aren't really that hard. Because check it out. Say you want to get it from below, you just remember that that's a semicircle. And you remember that this is a semicircle. And where they overlap is where you put the little bump. And you just draw along the bottom of both the semicircles. And now you've drawn his beak accurately at a really weird angle. You've drawn him from below, one of the weirdest angles. If you're thinking about drawing him maybe from the back, again, you just remember that it's a semicircle and another bigger semicircle that overlaps. And where it overlaps is where you put the bump in his beak. Boom, boom. There you go. You just add his head in there, and that's him from a back angle. You see what I'm saying? It's really not that hard. You have a hard time with the 3/4 angle. Don't worry about it. Let me show you something. Just keep in mind that it's a semicircle, right? Keep in mind that it's a semicircle and that this one's a little bigger than the last one. Where it overlaps, we have that. So now when you're doing the bump, you make sure the smaller one is in front of the bigger one. Here, let me actually make this darker so it's easier for you to see. Oh, okay, that makes it harder. Let me make it lighter. And then, there you go. There he is. You have one overlapping the other, and they stay in their semicircle shape. And you add his big beautiful eyes, and you are ready to go. See what I'm saying? It's really not that hard. If there's anything else you guys have problems with drawing him, let me know. I am happy to be your duck teacher. He is my favorite. And if it helps get more beautiful art of him out into the world, I'm so happy to do it. Hey, no problem. I love drawing him. I love talking about drawing him. If I could do it all day, I would. Oh, he's beautiful. Okay, back to his little suit. His cute little suit. Na, 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 na. I may. I wish I could major in duck. I'd pass. You know, wouldn't have to worry about my classes. I'd be like, I got this. I need to be more desaturated. I love drawing his suit. Oh, that's really sweet. You don't have to, but thank you, Skuro. I'm just happy to help. Like, don't ask me how to draw a red guy. I don't know. If you've ever seen me draw him on stream, you know half the time of me drawing him is me yelling at him to stop being so difficult. Like, I don't know. You have a hard time drawing his blazer. Well, don't worry, I have just a guide for you, but I also have a me. So, what is it about it that you find difficult? Legend. You tell me, and I will come up with a solution. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Oh, isn't he gorgeous? Ladies and gentlemen. Mostly the front of it. Okay. Well, that's not too hard. I've got you. Fret not. The unbuttoned part. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, we've got his little body, his weird little semicircle body. Let's give him some arms. So what you want to do for the blazer is you can see by looking at him that it's too big for him. It is way too big for him. You can see this better in certain episodes like Jobs, where if you pay attention to the shoulder seam, it's not on his shoulder. It's way, way lower than it should be. And you can also see that in that this part is actually supposed to rest. Let me draw it out. It's supposed to rest on the chest, about here on the body, upper chest, I would say. That's where that's supposed to be. But it's not. It's all the way really high up on his neck because, again, this suit is too big for him. Whoever gave it to him hated him. That's also why it hangs over his belly a little bit and casts this very dramatic shadow. It's because it's way too big for him. Though I would hate to see him in a proper fitting outfit. That is part of what makes it so weird. You'll also see all the way back here, all the way high up on the neck is where the first part of his lapels are, and they should not be that high up. Again, if this was a suit that fit him, it would be down here and down here. And I've seen some people draw that. I assume because they are optimistic. Someone gave it to him as a child. That's a sweet thought. But yeah, so the unbuttoned part is giving you trouble. I don't blame you. Because, once again, it is not... Even if you knew how to draw suits, it would be difficult. Because it just doesn't fit him right. At all. But, let's see what we can do to help you out. So, here's his little body, little head. And so when you start to draw it, you should have two parts of the neckline that sort of come together pretty low on him. Actually, I think that's a little too high for how he is. Like, look at this. This is atrocious. This is a night. What? Like, look at how low this is. He's a nightmare. Thinking of him like an egg is fun. That's valid. But look at this is real low. This is like borderline where his stomach is. Look at how low this is. Like, he... I honestly wouldn't sweat that part. I really put it too high on him when I draw him. I think my brain just wants to respect him more than he respects himself. But alright, so let's keep going. So you're just going to get the general shape of it down. And you remember that his jacket is a little too big for him and it hangs off a little bit. Now when you're going to do his lapels, you have to remember that the first set is real high up, real by his neck. Alright? And then you also have to remember that these come out over top of it. See how that works? This one goes under, that one comes over. Without my lines so that you can see what I'm talking about. This one's under, this one's over. So, you have those. Great. Now you have to draw a little bit over it. Do the second bit of his lapels, which are a little bit bigger. And that'll take you all the way to where he has the blazer open. They all converge here. This part's bigger and it's in front. This part's smaller and it's behind. So, for this, you can just erase the overlap a little and you'll be fine. Then you gotta remember his 3 weird little pockets. His one little chest pocket, his little handkerchief. He's only got 2 buttons, which is crazy because you would swear he has 3. But he doesn't, he only has 2. And next to those, he's got his little pockets. That's if you even want to draw all that detail. Most people don't. And that's, that's the front of it. The unbuttoned part. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, no problem. Hey, listen. I would rather this be Duck Learning Central than anything else. I'm having a grand old time. Okay. Back to this. Maybe I'll do some. Do I like it with the hatching? Let's find out. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Lots of people get tripped up on him. I mean, hey, I'll admit it. I get tripped up on him. The thing that trips me up about his suit is whatever the hell the design is here. I can't tell if it's lines. I can't tell if it's like a checkered pattern. And it's very weird. Also, the color of his jacket gets me a lot. Because in some lights, it's very gray. In others, it's like a light, like under the blue light of jobs, it's definitely really gray. In their home, it's more of a like taupe. In some environments, like this one, it's very clearly brown. However, sometimes in their house, it's still a light gray. You know? So what gets me really is the pattern of his jacket, his little blazer, and the color really gets me confused a lot, so, you know. And then this is a totally different brown to even close to what this is, so. I feel like the brown's a really nice compliment, yeah. It also goes with red, being his favorite color, because brown is just darker red. Also, you may not know this if you haven't color picked his dress from family like I have about 30,000 times, but the gold of that dress is like brown. Like all of his things are really brown. I think because his favorite color is red and brown's like a subset. But that's my baby boy. That's my sweet baby. Alright, you guys know what time it is. Wish it wasn't. Let me just... Oh, Skuro, I'm so glad you said that. I also despise when people make him skinny when he's in the dress. I despise when people make him skinny in general. I love all ducks, and I love all duck humanizations. But I think it's a bit of a crime. You gotta change the face. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I think it's a bit of a crime against me, against humanity, against good taste, when people have a perfectly good humanization of him and they make him rail skinny. Because it's fine. At the end of the day, it's so fine. But it really makes me upset. I'm gonna put this all the way at the bottom. Where he belongs. Mean thing to say. I'm so sorry. Super mean thing to say. None of them are very skinny to begin with. No. Red guy, he's got his pudge on him. But people forget that yellow guy's built like this. Literally. Like, he shouldn't be skinny either. But Duck especially is the one that gets me because he's like the most rotund, I would say. He's the most circular of the three of them, despite Yellow Guy being made up entirely of circles. And when people skinify him, it breaks my heart. It's like seeing an angel lose its wings. It's like seeing someone get decimated in a horrible cougar accident. It's just heartbreaking. It takes the breath out of me. It takes the life out of me. It takes the fun and the joy out of living. And I don't feel like that's dramatic to say. Why do people try to turn them into Tumblr sexy men? Because they're trying to relive the Tony days. Ah, Tony. Tobias. Ugh, that's that's awful. Ugh, I hate you. Sorry. I don't hate him. I know I don't hate him. I just hate everything about coloring him. No. Oh, that's awful. That's disgusting. Okay, maybe a lighter orange. Would that work? Oh, that's too bright. Oh god. Oh god. Please. That's alright. I can live with that. That won't kill me. Oh, well, that's really sweet. At least you're supporting him, you know, in the throes of whatever madness you're in. Yeah, that's the other thing that pisses me off too, is that he gets a lot of exclusive fan merch, and my guy gets none. You know, there are no duck dedicated sticker packs, duck dedicated keychains, you know. He wasn't in the Tumblr sexy man sign that people put together, and you know what? That's fine. That honestly doesn't, like, upset me at all. It's just really cool. But you know, I'm not one to complain about this. You know, you won't catch me complaining about this on a random Tuesday. Because, you know, if I have a problem, why would I not solve it myself? So, you know. It's like how I was like, nobody's talking about Yellow and Duck Guy's great relationship. And so I just started making a bunch of fan art for it, and now guess what? Now at least it's a duo that people know the name of, you know? Answer is always make your own merch, you know? You can't let these things get you down. You gotta. God, I hate shading him. It looks like he's like wearing like a bra or something. I made him look like he's wearing underwear. God, oh, you're a nightmare. You're a nightmare on this earth. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Like I figure everything else out. Figure it out. That no, that looks like a nightmare. That looks like a nightmare. Okay. Don't even get me started on the art challenge. I saw that and I cried. Tears of anger, tears of fury, tears of. It's fine. It's so fine, honestly. It's never been more fine. Oh my god. If we got to have one of the duck puppets from the show, I would want, um, oh my god, I would want the one in the dress. I really would. It would make my life. It would make me so happy. Oh, anything would make me happier than doing this right now, actually, I think. Are you kidding me? Okay. I'm just gonna wing it. I'm not gonna use a reference for you. I'm gonna wing it. And you're gonna get what you get. I try not to, because there are people who love him. And there are people who I love who love him. I'm dating someone right now, actually, whose favorite is Red Guy. And you know, that's fun. That's always fun. And they're like, can you stop being so mean to him? And this is me trying not to be mean to him. I'm trying my best. I'm trying real hard. Can't I just leave him blank? Like, do you think anyone will care if he's not shaded? Like, do you think people will be mad? Do you think I'll get DMs like, hey, why didn't you shade that guy? I don't think I will. I think it'll be fine if I just leave him alone. I hate drawing you so much. You giant son of a bitch. Oh, okay. Pisses me off so bad. Okay, what's a good shadow? Let's try that. That's way too dark. You guys looking forward to the second drag show? I thought the first one was superb, and I'm real mad that nobody who went recorded it for the rest of us. I think they're elitists, and I think we should pull a second Boston Tea Harbor if that ever happens again. I think the people who went and didn't record it for the rest of us are maniacs. I think they're cruel. I think they're worse than the people who didn't record the pilot. Because at least those guys tried. I loved it. I thought it was so funny. I saw some people being like, what the hell is this? Or like, this is so weird. And it's like, are you not a fan of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared? Like one of the weirdest shows to be put on television? You're gonna draw the line at a drag show? Come on, man. Tell me you shop at Hot Topic without telling me you shop at Hot Topic. He's just a nightmare. He's just like a nightmare that I can't wake up from. It's just a disaster. I think this would be my personal saw trap. Jigsaw would just put me down in front of a tablet, in front of a like red guy coloring book that's all blank, and be like, you have 2 hours to make it and not hate the way it looks. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, what a nightmare. I'm just gonna... No one needs to see that. There we go. Nobody needs to see that. Ugh. Ugh. Drawing his teeth. Ugh. Ugh. What a nightmare. Oh, and I still have to do his head. This is like pulling teeth. Okay. That's the other thing too. Nobody really pays attention to how his head and his body have like totally different base colors and are totally different colors in general. Like they just use one uniform red for the whole thing. And I don't even like him, but I just, I think that's strange. I think everyone says they love him, but nobody ever really wants to get to know him. And that includes knowing that his skin color is more of a raspberry and his hair color is more of a beautiful cherry. You know? Everybody wants to like him, nobody wants to love him. So sad. Sure, I'll use that as a shadow brush. God. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? You're a monster. What do you want from me? It's okay. It's so okay. God, I hate him. It's so okay. It's so okay. Sorry, I'm singing Vocaloid at you guys at midnight. I'm probably gonna finish this one and then go to bed. For my own sanity. You sound like you're in pure agony. I kind of am. It's not fun. I don't enjoy doing it. Weirdly enough, you know who I do like drawing? I like drawing my like human version of Red Guy. That's more fun to me, weirdly, than just drawing him vanilla. Oh, you're such a nightmare. You're such a disaster artist. Come on. Give me something to work with, please. Please, 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 please stop looking like garbage. I love your human Red Guy. Thank you. I also love him. I legit. Hold on, I'll show you. I have a bunch of drawings of just him. I did this of just him. I did a freaking couples meme of just him and Duck Guy. I'll show you guys this one actually. This one's funny. This shit's funny. I'll show this to you guys. Yeah. I had fun with them. I have fun drawing him. He's very fun to draw. I'm sorry. You drew Duck in red holding what? Sorry, I just saw that. Huh? Huh? No. Don't wait, look. How did that look? Like, did you draw the puppets or did you draw the humans holding toes? Like, I have to know. Anyways, no, I love these guys. I love drawing this human Red Guy. Oh, he's so fun. He's so fun. Like, I get to give him different haircuts. I have a whole little Pinterest board of outfits for him. That I like get to choose out of. You know, it's fun. I have like 200 pins in that. Oh yeah, that's another thing too, is for every drawing I do of him, I try to give him a different hairstyle because I feel like everyone who does a human version of him defaults to one hairstyle. And I think there are a lot of possibilities. I think there's a lot of places we could go with it. And I feel like nobody's willing to play ball. So, you know, I've got him in braids, I've got him with dreads, I've got him with twists. I'm trying to do butterfly locks, but they're kind of hard to draw. Oh, that's so cute. Yellow guy with his hair as a pom-pom. That's adorable. But yeah, no, and I give him different outfits. Like, Human Red Guy's so fun for me. I almost forget that I hate him. Like for this one, I gave him like a little knit sweater that's supposed to look like a suit and tie. You know? This is the little plaid thing that he wears in Time. It's weird that he canonically has pajamas, but also canonically doesn't wear clothes, to me. You know? That's fun. If anything, my human duck is almost boring to draw because he wears the same outfit every time. Like, I don't have to worry about outfits with him. The way I do Red Guy and Yellow Guy, I give different outfits too. They're like kind of swapped when they're human, actually. And that duck is kind of boring to draw, and Red Guy I have a lot of fun with. But yeah, I gotta give him like cool different beads in his hair, little designs, you know, some of them like mimicking like the silhouette of the original puppet. You know, I genuinely have a lot of fun with him when he's human. When he's a puppet, I want to tear my hair out and cry because he's so monotonous and horrible. Give him the suit t-shirt. See, I thought about that, but I thought having like a knit version of a suit t-shirt would be funnier. I thought it would be funnier. I did. Because it takes more effort to look so lazy, you know? I have a lot of shirts for him. I have a lot of denim. I have a lot of like what people would consider like grandma core stuff mixed with kid core stuff. You know who took the, do I even have to say who took the time to make him that? He has a weaving hobby. He has a weaving hobby. You think he wouldn't make that for his boyfriend? For his ugly little boyfriend? Anyways, he's got like a lot of grandma core stuff mixed with kid core stuff, a lot of patches, a lot of knit elements because I kind of want to emulate or at least remind people of the original yarn element. That's also why I really like twists for him because up close it looks a lot like yarn. Um, Stuff like that, you know. I also kind of like to remind people of how like some people draw a normal red guy with um with patches on him, and so I like to do that. Yeah, he does like, you know what? I deserve fun. I deserve fun. You know what? I deserve to have fun. I deserve it, and I've earned it. I'm gonna draw him in that right now, actually. Actually, I have drawn him in a Smash Mouth shirt before. Hold on, I'll show you. But I'll draw him again. Secretly enjoying red guy is crazy. I'll kill you with my bare hands. I swear to God, I will. I imagine him as like a literally mittens on all day, every day type of guy. I also really try to emulate the silhouette of his original puppet. Um, like how he has the where's a full body of him? Where's a full body of him? I guess this is the closest I'll get. Where you can see there being there's sort of fabric that bunches at his ankles and at his wrists. A lot of people don't draw that. A lot of people just draw his hand going straight into his arm. That's not the case. There's a little bit of give there, and there's a little bit of fabric there that sort of folds in on itself and does so more so um, the more his arm bends. So if you had his arm bending like that, it would be a lot of folds this way, not a lot this way, but still that little bit of give. You can see it on, yeah, you can see it on this. You see this side still has its little folds, its little bit of give, because this is the side that's folding. And this drapes down, straight down. Very fun. I really do love his puppet, even if I hate him. But yeah, a lot of people forget that. A lot of people don't take a lot of things about him into account. And it kind of makes me sad that it seems like everybody loves him, you know? But nobody really likes him, and nobody really knows him. Most especially the people who claim to love him the most, like the simps, they don't draw him accurately at all. They'll draw him with hands, they'll draw him with abs, they'll draw him in like a skin tight suit, and that's not what he's got going on at all. You know, I think if you like him and he's your favorite, you should appreciate every part of him. But maybe I just feel that way because I feel that way about Duck. Like I love everything about him and I love everything about his design, and so I've committed it to memory. And even if I don't like Red Guy, I respect the puppetry enough and I respect his character enough that I, you know, dedicate time into learning how it works physically and how like his puppet folds in on itself and how the suit looks up close with the felt fabric, because I think this stuff is important, and I think that, you know, if they dedicate enough time to making it, I should dedicate even a fraction of that time to learn how to draw it correctly. Um, and it's really strange to me because it feels like a lot of the people who like him don't have that same respect. It's very weird, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's weird. Anyways, back to having fun. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I ate the sharpest tool in the shed. That's another thing too. A lot of Red Guy fans treat him so serious. They think he's such a serious guy all the time. But like I have to remind them that like this is the guy that canonically loves Smash Mouth, thinks that magic is real, and like doesn't know how to drive. You know? He's a silly guy. He does have this whimsy to him that I would say most people associate with Yellow Guy. They have that in common. It's like he's not a completely straight-faced, bold guy. You know, he's not very smart and he's not very serious. He's a silly character. He's like an inherently goofy person. Exactly. Have you seen his denim outfit? Have you seen him freaking referring to himself as a smart boy and getting an ego because he has a freaking lanyard? You know, like he's a very goofy, very silly character, but a lot of people take him 100% seriously, 100% at face value, rock solid, just stone cold, and that's not him at all. And that makes me a little sad for him too. You know, I think I feel bad for him more than I hate him. Because the people who like him don't really like him. They like this idea of him that they've made up. Anyways, love this dude. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get back to business. Oh, I hate drawing him. Yeah, that's another thing too. I really try to capture his yarn, like the work here in it, is cool. Oh, I think it's parasocial. It's very close to it, I would say. I love his yarn. I love the way it falls. I think people don't put enough detail into it. I really love that in some shots you can see. Hold on. Like, again, even if I don't like him as a person, I appreciate the character and I love the puppetry. Like, I think it's worth looking into. I love that you can see right here, if you look close enough, where the seams in the yarn art, like where they have different skeins of yarn. Right here, right here. I love that it goes like around his eyes. You can see that. And I also love that some of them are like really curly. They're really like wobbly and wavy and fun, you know. His hair isn't like completely straight down. I feel like a lot of people just think that it is and they don't. But like pretty consistently he has curly hairs in there. They're all wavy and fun, kind of like ramen, you know. There's always like the separation around his eye, like the hair goes around his eyes, and I think that's really fun and that's really interesting. I love the way that it separates at his shoulders. I think it creates like such a dynamic silhouette, and it also really creates intrigue with the audience because you can see that there's shadow in there. You know, realistically, we know there's a person in there, but it does bring up this mystique and this sort of intrigue that he has to his character. And I think that's a really smart bit of character design with him. Because like Becky, Joe, and Baker, they're not stupid, you know? Anyways, again, you can see the hair separate here. It really does separate into like big chunks. And you can see it. There's another chunk right there. Separates here. We separate here. We separate here. And we separate here. It's really, it really is gorgeous. The sheer volume of it, the way it falls, the way it drapes. But like, again, nobody really pays attention to it because they want to draw them with abs. Which, you know, sad for them. But yeah, I love here where you can see it a little more messed up. I love when his hair gets messed up. I think it makes it look a lot more dynamic. It's especially curly in this screenshot. But yeah, you can see it kind of goes around the eyes. It reminds me of an old character from, like, you can see it coming out from under his eyes. You see? I assume because the eye stalks are placed on top of the hair. But there's like a little shadow there. And isn't that cool? Isn't that totally gorgeous? Doesn't that make you happy? Anyways, it reminds me very much of an old character from Sesame Street, the Snuffleupagus guy. The way that he's designed. And I like it a lot. I'm very fond of it. But I hate him. That's a great thing about this show, I think, because even the things I hate, I really love. You know? Anyways, back to him. Back to him. What's a good highlight color? Maybe that. Maybe. No. Oh, that's awful. You are a nightmare. Did you know that you're a nightmare? When I go to sleep at night, I have nightmares about you. Alright. Alright. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can get some stippling in there. Stippling. Check this out. Rake brushes are also really good for adding dimension to there. You can only use it a couple times though, otherwise it starts to look overdone. But, you know, for right now I don't think I will though. For right now I'm gonna keep going where I've been going with using the pencils. Yeah, it's very thoughtful, it's beautiful, it's very well thought out, you know? I cannot help but appreciate like everything that went into the show. So I think some people they get a little impatient. They're like, "We should have season 3 now already. We should be on season 4 now already." I'm like, there is such a tremendous and incredible amount of work that goes into this show that I just can't imagine even wanting to rush it and risking getting even like a fraction of what we got. You know, what we were lucky enough to get. God, you piss me off. You piss me off. God, he looks bad. Okay, let me try to fix it. No. Pinker? No. More saturated? Eh? 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 That looks a little bit better, actually. No, that makes him look washed out. And we're gonna get darker? No. I think maybe it's just saturated. What? Maybe a little less. Yeah, okay. I can live with that. I can live with that. I can live with that, and I can be at peace with that. Though maybe not the threads. I'll have to blend them, because they look like shit. Yeah, I'm gonna blend those out a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe with the noise right down. Smudge. Thank you so much, Bug. That's very sweet. I'm gonna keep mashing it until I think it looks nice though. Do you guys ever feel this way? I never feel like I can put out half-assed work. It's always like, this needs to be the best I can possibly get it with where I am right now. And that's all that I can put out. Because if I put out anything that is not my best, I will think about it. And it will get to me. I like his dead stare. Thank you. It's based off the freaking dead stare he has in the original. A little less wonky, of course, because you know, this is back when they had a budget of nothing. Couldn't even afford shoes for best shoes. Couldn't even afford pants for best boy. You guys ever seen that picture of Duck wearing shoes? I don't think he should wear shoes. I think every time he tries to wear shoes, it's awkward. That's why in my dress drawings, I don't have him in any shoes. I have him barefoot. Bare feet out to the world. Can't put shoes on that boy. It just don't look right. It just does not look right. Okay. See, this I feel like is the best I'm gonna get it. It's the best I'm gonna get it. I'll add a little bit more baby highlights. This way, a little bit pinker. Because that reads as lighter. Man, if I had a stipple brush, that would make this look real easy. Because he's got a gorgeous, gorgeous felt texture on him that I love to at least try to allude to. Let me see, do I have a stipple brush? Do I have anything that would be good stipple-wise? I do. Okay, let me see how this... No, that's a little too... Spray soft, maybe? Maybe if I make this smaller. Maybe. I'll do some actual brush strokes in there to make it blend in more. But yeah, you know. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to bed soon too. Once I finish him up, I will probably end stream. Because it is almost 1 in the morning. That looks worse. Oh, I hate this guy. He's a disaster for me. He's a disaster for me. He's a disaster for my mental health. He's a disaster for the tri-state area. Ugh. He is the best, yeah. Okay. That should be good enough. My god. Alright. Ugh. Hold on. His shading got in yellow guy's hair. How dare you. Go back to your own domain. There we go. Okay, and with that, I think I should let you guys go to sleep and let me go to sleep. Good night, and this was super fun. And it was nice seeing you all. I even got to meet some new people, which was fun. These are always fun. But I hope next time I can get the little VTuber girl to work a little bit easier. Let me leave. I'm trapped. Okay, sorry. Yeah, and hopefully I can do another one where I'm showing off another work in progress. Last time was an animation. This time was art. But we'll see what the future holds. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Let me out of here.